All right, now let's talk about constants and variables. So what is a constant? Constant is a number or letter whose value always stays the same. So here we have an example of an equation that has constants in it. So a constant can be just a number, like -3, +3, something like that. Constant could also be a variable, but a variable with a known constant value. So like pi. Um, Another one in would be like the Euler number, or if you see the variable g, and that's supposed to represent the acceleration of gravity, um, or capital N sub a, that's Avogadro's constant. So again, that's a variable that represents a number that's always the same. So those are examples of constants. And you'll notice that we have like the number 5 in front of the variable x, and we have 9 in front of the variable y. So 5 and 9, are also constants, but whenever we have a constant adjacent to a variable like this, we refer to them as coefficients. So coefficients are constants that are adjacent to variables. So what's a variable? A variable is a letter. Let me bring something up here. Sorry about that. Okay. So a variable is a letter that can take on a quantity of values. The quantity can vary. Letters used to denote a variable commonly appear as upper and lowercase letters of the Latin or Greek alphabet. So, in algebra, you'll see the letter X or the letter Y, very commonly used as variables, but you could easily use any letter in the alphabet. The Greek alphabet is used a lot in other sciences and higher math classes. So one of the common alphabets to use is Greek. And what I've got here is a list of the Greek alphabet with the uppercase and lowercase of each letter in the Greek alphabet. Also with the third column with how to phonetically pronounce each letter in the Greek alphabet. So this could serve as a useful page for you in the future. As far as defining variables, so here, these first three are just kind of using the Latin alphabet and using capital letters, in this case, to denote random variables. So we're letting capital W signify the weight of a beetle in grams, the uppercase G to be the gender of a beetle, either male or female, and capital A to be the age of a beetle in months. So typically when you're defining a variable, it is helpful to choose a letter that kind of matches the attribute of the data that you're collecting. So, G we use for gender and A for age. In statistics, that's one of the classes that I've taught. A lot of Greek letters are used, so we use mu for population mean, sigma for population standard deviation, alpha for significance level, and chi-squared in statistics. So those are some examples of just another math class using Greek letters as variables. Subscripts can be used also to differentiate between variables. So if we had two populations and each population had a mean to them, we can differentiate these two by using a subscript 1 to represent the mean of population 1, and we can use a subscript 2 to mean the population mean of population 2. And furthermore, instead of just using 1 and 2, You can use maybe other uh, other letters or even short words as subscripts to kind of help you identify what that variable represents. So, here we're talking about the weight of male beetles on the east side. So we've got the weight of male beetles on the east side. And likewise, this is weight of female beetles on the east side. So you can get a little creative with how you write these variables so that they'll help you kind of understand what those variables represent at a very quick glance. Okay.